Thank you for joining me as I make these Christmas ornaments using resin. I'm showing you just an easy, quick way to make ornaments using resin and cupcake molds. Remember to subscribe and press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on my future video uploads. For these Christmas ornaments, we are going to use our silicone cupcake molds, different shapes. We have our mixing cups. We'll have the rose gold glitter. We have the light blue mica powder. We have the sunshine gold and mica powder and the crimson red acrylic paint. We're using this part AB resin 1 and then we'll use this glitter glue. Of course, we have mixing sticks. If you don't have a heat gun, you can use a blow dryer, and I wanted to show you how to do this, especially because we're doing smaller pieces that could work to remove the bubbles. And then remember, always wear a mask. And we wear masks because if you don't, when you're heating it up, there's some toxins that are released when you're heating the resin up to get bubbles. So and of course, gloves. So what we'll start doing is putting the colors in. Don't forget to always have some alcoholic wipes near. They are good for to just do everything. Alright, now let's mix the resin. We always start with the epoxy, and we're doing 1 part. For what I need to do today, I'm using 50 ml of everything, so 25. And then the hardener. Remember, it's 1 part. And then mix it for 3 minutes slowly so that you don't get bubbles. Now divide it up. Depending on your design, and you can choose different pigments depending on your palette. And for these ornaments, I'm not going to have them have bold colors fully. So I'm going to leave some clear, and I'll show you how we'll use it. Yeah, now that's ready, I'll wear my mask and begin the work. I know I was just showing you 2 types, but by the time we are done, you will see like 5 different ways or styles on making these ornaments, so stay till the end. After wearing the mask, I am going to pour out a bit of the clear at the base because I want to make sure when I put the glitter glue it doesn't stick to the bottom. And then we're going to just layer the other different pigments. This time I'm using the blow dryer to show you can use that to take out the bubbles, but you can also use your heat gun or blowtorch, but not too closely, and don't hold it in one place for long. For the 3 squares, they will be the same. We'll make 1 ornament, and the other square and the triangles will make 1 ornament. I'm then now going to cover all of them with these boards so that we don't have any dust particles or a random fly or mosquito landing in our resin. After the 2 hours, we're coming to deal with these 3. We are not waiting for them to dry fully, so we'll demold carefully because they are still light, and I'll show you why we're doing this. We'll demold slowly each of them. And this is how it looks. You can see the lovely colors, and this is what we are doing with this. We are going to take our chopstick, the slim side going to the bigger side. We are going to roll it. We're going to do all of them like this. I'll put it in there to dry fully. There is something I did and broke one of the square ones, and because I didn't make any spares, we're going to use the 2. The concept is the same, just using 2 instead of 3. Sorry. So what I'm going to do is demold this. Just turn it out. And for this, not much demolding, just putting them here. Something you need to note, it's an advantage instead of not doing business or not making your ornaments because you don't have mold. You can either do the free form, you know, when you use silicone or something else, or use the cupcake and mix silicone molds. The thing to note is that most cake molds have a matte finish on the inside. So when your mold comes out, it is not shiny like the top. The back is not as shiny. So one, you can either polish it and then it will shine again. But in my case, and that's why I didn't do this layer I'm going to do under, instead I'm doing it last. Let me show you what I'm going to do. I've mixed up a little resin, and in this case I'm using gold on this, and I'm going to just, not a lot, just put a little at the back of this, spread it out. I don't want to lose the nice grooves on the side created by the cupcake mold, like that. And that's one of the reasons I was hoping for it to come out almost clear, so that when this dries and we turn it around, we can see this glitter. And if it just even goes on the side just a bit, it doesn't take away from our design, or we don't have to polish it all over again, and it has a pretty finish. So that's just a little resin, and we're going to do the same on these others. These others I'm having them with the white glitter or silver, so that we can see the contrast when we look through the other side. They need to look nice and shiny. Then I'm just going to use, you can use your fingers also. You see, it's already giving it a shine. So when it dries, come back when this dries. We're going to drill this. We have stuck this here with resin. You can put tape or masking tape here if you don't want to slip, but I've done several of this. And then under I have wood and a towel so that it doesn't scratch. For me, the secret is to start it before placing it down, so that that's the amount of dust from one. So that's why you need to wear a mask if you're doing more than one. And then we had these two. We'll do the same thing. I am using this mini grinder. If this is something you use more often, I guess suggest to get a Dremel or something like that, but that's just a rotary tool that makes my life easier. This is the dust, so just use a wet cloth and just wipe that off. And after this, let's just put our string. You can use twine, you can use thread, anything that works for you. So for this, that's how it was coming out. You can have it in this design where we've put the star a little lower. I'd also done this other type where you don't have, like this one is not stuck. You don't have to stick them. You can have them as singles, but have it higher, not like this. Or you could have them as singles, like this. For this other type, we're going to use the 2, but I'll show you how I used the 3 in a different one with a different style, so that I'm not shortchanging you. In fact, you get to see an extra style. Then, after putting in the two, loop it over, and they are like this. So when we put on the tree, you will see how they look. Really, it's just a very simple design. If you want it tighter so that these two are facing away from each other like a wing, put something in here, maybe a bead, and so when you tighten it, it's like angel's wings, because I've used the three. These were round. I've added a different one so that it has a different color and doesn't, so that you can see the contrast. So it looks like an angel's body and the wings. I'll show you all this on the Christmas tree. You've seen the many different styles, colors you can do with just simple resin. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know in the comment section below and like this video or share. If you have any questions, please comment in the section below and or tag me or DM me on my Instagram at Juliet Megwe Inspires. I hope to see you soon because you've subscribed and pressed the notification bell. I have lots of Christmas ornament videos. God bless you. Barakatele. See you next time.